What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today's a serious topic, a serious video. David Brinson. David Brinson is a lifer. He's been housed within the Department of Corrections since approximately 1990. He was sentenced to life, 4 consecutive life terms, and life without the possibility of parole for the murder of 4 men in a Los Angeles home. 1990. It's a long time ago. And you would think that after all the years of incarceration, after all the years of having so much time on your hands, that you should be able to look within yourself and hopefully change. David Brinson is now charged with killing his wife, strangling his wife at a conjugal visit, an overnight family visit at Mill Creek State Prison, a California Department of Corrections facility. As a former lifer, someone who did over 24 years in the California Department of Corrections, I have an opinion, I have a perspective, and that's what this video is about. Before I go any further, I want to say my condolences to the family of Stephanie Dowles. Stephanie Dowles was the wife of David Brinson. Apparently, she was a small business owner. She had a shop. She did hair. I read where she said she would go to visits and she would read the Bible with her husband. She went to this overnight visit thinking she was going to see the man who loves her. The man that she loves. The man that she saw good in when everyone else sees bad. And unfortunately, he decided that he was going to take her life. The only person probably on this planet that saw any good in David. He took her off the planet. Think about that. What kind of miserable, self-loathing individual will remove the only good thing in their life? Now, Stephanie's son, who obviously is devastated, as is the rest of her family. Her son is saying that he wants the California Department of Corrections to be held accountable, held responsible for the death of his mother. And while my heart goes out to the son, I have to be brutally honest. There's nothing that the CDC could have done. Your mom signed up to go and visit a monster. Everyone saw this individual as the boogeyman. And your mom had enough love in her heart to find some goodness in him. He didn't deserve it. Maybe when enough time passes, you'll understand the type of heart that your mother had to try to see good in such a worthless human being. But the California Department of Corrections cannot have cameras or recording devices in the conjugal visits. I was in the California Department of Corrections when they took family visiting from the lifers. They took the family visiting in about 1996. Lifers didn't get them back until around 2017. So for over 10 years, lifers didn't have conjugal visits, didn't have the type of visits where Stephanie Dowles was murdered. I remember around that time, prison riots erupted all over the California Department of Corrections. There are family visits, conjugal visits, every single day in the California Department of Corrections. Lifers go on family visits every single day. For this one individual to do that, I truly hope that the lifers don't lose their family visits again. It would devastate families. There are lifers who are doing everything they can to earn family visits, to keep the privilege, and who go to their family visits and they're able to hold their children and hold their wives and hold their mother without having to sit in a visiting room, without having to be observed, and they get that time to be themselves with their family member, not the guy that has to be whoever he has to be on the yard. I hope the CDC doesn't take these family visits. I want to be very clear. David Brinson, I will be shocked if the convict, the inmate population doesn't take care of it themselves. He and his selfishness, he and his loathing, he and his anger and hate took someone's life in that conjugal visit and jeopardized everyone else's visits, everybody else's ability to make love to their wife, to hold their kids, to get a good night kiss from their wife. He did that. The inmate population, the convicts, are usually very good and very swift at administering justice to their people. This is one of those scenarios. This is one of those instances where there should be no delay. I'm sure right now he's in protective custody. He's being kept away, but he'll be back out. And again, I will be shocked if the inmate population doesn't deal with that individual. There's a lot going on right now in the California Department of Corrections. And the California Department of Corrections can't figure out how to stop any of it. And they're letting it continue. So hopefully they don't have a knee-jerk reaction and shut down lifer family visits, lifer conjugal visits. That would be the worst thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it led to an outbreak of violence. Then again, with everything going on, I think the CDC, the California Department of Corrections, they want to stoke violence. They want violence to occur at an alarming rate. They're okay with people being murdered on the prison yards, on the cell blocks, within the cells, anywhere it can happen, because their end game is open the shoe up again. Lock everybody back down. People make horrible decisions at very young ages, and they sit behind those walls for decades. Most of those guys that get family visits, they're trying to go home, especially if they're lifers. I'll be sitting back and we'll see what happens. Once again, before I go, my condolences to Stephanie Dowell's family. And I hope her son, who wants justice, will find peace. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.